Well, there's one guy that can relate to what Ricky Romero is going through, and it's this man right here, Pat Hentgen. Pat, you had a year where you went 10-15, and then the very next year you come back and win the Cy Young Award. So first I want to ask you, is there still confidence in your mind from what you've seen of Ricky Romero that whatever he's going through this year, he can bounce back and be a dominant pitcher again in this league?
Yeah, there's no doubt. You know what happened in 93, 94, I make the All-Star team, and I come back in 95, and I thought that I just put my hat and glove on and run out there and win 15 games again, and it just didn't work out that way. You know, I struggled, and I grinded, and I battled, and you know, Ricky's going through a tough time right now, but I saw Ricky earlier in Toronto, and I told him, I said, listen, I walked 9 guys in Seattle one year, and I said, you're going to look back on your bubblegum card, and you're going to laugh about this stretch you're in, so let's just regroup and get back to the basics.
It's, I'm sure, easy once the season's over for him to kind of, like you said, laugh about it. But what is it like as a pitcher when you go out there and you feel good going to the mound, but then once the game starts, you walk 1 or 2 guys, and all of a sudden it starts to get into your head maybe that I just can't get guys out?
Yeah, I had the same problem. I walked 90 guys in A-ball, and it's like a here we go again syndrome. You know, you get out there and you just feel like, oh, gosh, here we go again. You know, I don't get a call. Guy makes an error. The next guy bloops a ball in. And it's just frustrating right now because, A, we've lost 3 starting pitchers. I think he's probably putting a little more pressure on himself. And, B, you know, he's making good quality pitches. It's just not quite getting the call. And I don't know if he's being a little too fine or what, but, you know, hey, let's just get back to the basics. That's the best advice I think I could give a guy.
There are so many different schools of thought of how do we fix Ricky Romero. And one school of thought is just shut him down for the rest of the year, let him clear his head. I don't necessarily agree with that. Do you?
No, I don't like that either. I think that, you know, and this is the thing with Ricky. He takes so much pride in his performance and wanting to be that leader on that pitching staff. And I think that one thing for Ricky, he just needs to maybe skip a bullpen, maybe cut down your throwing in between, maybe give your arm a little bit of a blow. And I think maybe he gets a little more life on his ball. You know, some of the misses, I watched every pitch last night, and some of the misses he's yanking glove side. I'm not so sure if he's throwing across his body more than he did last year or not, but I've had many conversations with Bruce, even going back to his first game in Cleveland. And, you know, I think that if anybody can fix it, it's going to be Bruce Walton and Ricky.
Well, you were able to fix it. You won a Cy Young the following year, and I'm sure that somehow Ricky Romero will be able to fix it. Pat, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks for having me.
All right, there is former Blue Jay and Cy Young Award winner Pat Hentgen.